How sugar is made from sugarcane and from sugar beets. Sugar, a substance so common in our lives that we often take it for granted. From the sweetness in your coffee to the confections on your dessert plate, sugar has a fascinating journey from the farm to your kitchen. But did you know that there are two primary ways sugar is produced? One comes from the hardy sugar beet, grown in temperate regions, and the other from the tall, tropical sugarcane plant. These two processes have significant differences, from how they're cultivated to their industrial production methods, and even in the global trade dynamics they influence. In today's video, we'll dive deep into the processes of sugar production from sugar beets and sugarcane. We'll explore how these plants are transformed into the sweetener we use every day, and we'll also uncover which countries use each type of sugar the most and why. Let's get started. The sugar beet journey. First, let's explore the journey of sugar beets. The sugar beet is a root vegetable, much like a carrot, but with a high sucrose content. Sugar beet cultivation thrives in cooler, temperate climates. Countries like Germany, France, the United States, and Russia are some of the largest producers of beet sugar. But how exactly is sugar extracted from this humble root? The process begins on the farm. Sugar beet seeds are planted in early spring, and by late summer to early autumn, the beets are ready for harvest. Farmers use specialized harvesting equipment to lift the beets from the ground and separate them from their leafy tops, which are often used as animal feed. Once harvested, the beets are transported to processing factories. The first step at the factory is cleaning. Tons of soil cling to the beets, so they're washed thoroughly. After cleaning, the beets are sliced into thin strips called cossets. These strips increase the surface area for extraction. Next comes the extraction process. The cossets are placed in a large tank of hot water, creating a solution known as raw juice. This process, called diffusion, extracts the sugar content from the beet slices. However, this juice is far from the white sugar you know. It's dark and full of impurities. Purification is the next crucial step. Lime and carbon dioxide are added to the raw juice to remove impurities. The mixture is then heated, allowing the impurities to precipitate out. The purified juice is filtered and then concentrated through evaporation. At this stage, it's called thick juice, and it's ready for crystallization. Crystallization involves boiling the thick juice in vacuum pans, where sugar crystals start to form. These crystals are separated from the remaining liquid, called molasses, in a centrifuge. The raw sugar is dried, packaged, and transported to refineries. Here, the sugar undergoes further purification and bleaching to achieve the fine, white granules we recognize. Beet sugar production is highly efficient, with virtually no part of the beet going to waste. The leftover pulp is often turned into animal feed or bioenergy, contributing to a sustainable cycle. The sugarcane story. Now let's shift our focus to sugarcane, the tropical sibling of the sugar beet. Sugarcane thrives in warm, humid climates, and countries like Brazil, India, Thailand, and Australia dominate its production. Unlike the sugar beet, sugarcane is a grass that grows in tall, bamboo-like stalks. But how does this towering plant become the sugar on your table? The process begins in the fields, where sugarcane is planted and nurtured over several months. Harvesting sugarcane is a labor-intensive process. In many regions, it's still done manually, with workers using machetes to cut the stalks close to the ground. However, in large-scale operations, machines are increasingly used for harvesting. Once harvested, the stalks are transported quickly to processing mills. Speed is essential because sugarcane begins to lose its sugar content shortly after cutting. At the mill, the stalks are first washed and shredded by large rollers to break them down into smaller fibers. The next step is juice extraction. The shredded cane passes through a series of crushing mills, squeezing out the sugary juice. Like with sugar beets, this raw juice contains impurities and requires purification. Lime is added to neutralize acids, and the juice is clarified through filtration and heating. The purified juice is then concentrated into a syrup through evaporation. Crystallization is where the magic happens. The syrup is boiled in vacuum pans to encourage sugar crystals to form. These crystals are separated from the remaining liquid, called cane molasses, using centrifuges. The raw sugar produced here is often brown due to residual molasses. In many cases, this raw sugar is sent to refineries for further processing. The refining process includes washing, bleaching, and drying the sugar to achieve the desired purity and whiteness. Finally, the refined sugar is packaged and distributed globally. Global sugar dynamics, so, which countries use beet sugar, and which prefer cane sugar. The choice often depends on geography, climate, and economics. In Europe, where the climate is more suited to sugar beet cultivation, beet sugar dominates. Countries like France, Germany, and Poland produce and consume primarily beet sugar. This is largely due to historical developments. During the Napoleonic Wars, sugarcane imports were disrupted, leading to the rapid development of the beet sugar industry in Europe. On the other hand, tropical and subtropical countries like Brazil, India, and Thailand rely heavily on sugarcane. Brazil, in particular, is the largest sugarcane producer and exporter in the world. Cane sugar is also the primary source in the United States, although it imports both types to meet demand. Economic factors also play a role. Sugarcane is cheaper to produce in large quantities, making it the preferred choice in many developing countries. Meanwhile, beet sugar's production is often subsidized by governments in regions like Europe, keeping it competitive. Interestingly, the type of sugar produced doesn't significantly affect the final product. Both beet sugar and cane sugar are chemically identical and provide the same level of sweetness. The differences lie primarily in the production methods and regional availability. Challenges and sustainability. While sugar is a vital global commodity, its production isn't without challenges. Both beet and cane sugar industries face environmental concerns. Sugarcane cultivation, for example, is water-intensive and can lead to soil degradation. On the other hand, beet sugar production requires significant energy for processing. However, strides are being made in sustainability. Many producers are investing in renewable energy, such as bioenergy derived from cane bagasse or beet pulp. Some companies are focusing on reducing water usage and improving soil health. As consumers, we also play a role. We can encourage the industry to adopt eco-friendly methods by supporting brands that prioritize sustainable practices. And there you have it, the fascinating journey of sugar, from the beet fields of Europe to the sugarcane plantations of the tropics. Both processes are marvels of agriculture and industry, shaped by geography, history, and global demand. Next time you sprinkle sugar into your coffee or bake a cake, take a moment to appreciate the complex processes that brought it to your table. Thank you for joining us today, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of sugar production, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more captivating content. Until next time, stay curious.